Hi everybody, Gabrielle here. I'm back. Hey, thank you guys for hanging in there. Been doing a little travel and been working my arse off, and so I know I haven't been putting out the videos as much, but my intention is to fix all of that very soon and get into a better rhythm with everything and learn to take my stand with me when I travel. It's just that simple. No excuses. But anyway, before I do the reading, I wanted to share some things that I picked up while I was away and give a shout out to this wonderful, wonderful establishment called Under the Mango Tree. They make the best fucking smoothies I've ever had, period, point blank. Alright, but I picked this up while I was there. It's a sage bundle, right? But it's so much more than just sage, right? There's bay leaves, there's rosemary, there's rose, of course, there's traditional sage. It's just so pretty. Like, can you see that? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Right? I didn't want to burn it before I showed y'all because it was just so pretty. Like, I took great care in even bringing this home with me, right? Like, I literally, like, I don't even give y'all the information. But at the same time, I took great care to bring this back in one piece. Nothing weird. I will say that much because people's imaginations get the best of them. And it was definitely nothing weird. But I also picked up these lovely hand-rolled incense. Look at these. Have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, they're not thin. I got Copal or Copal and Palo Santo. I mean, look at these. They're gorgeous. And the young woman who worked there, she said they had literally just got these in. And of course, my ass is there to get them. Because that's just the way the cookie crumble. So just for the dramatic effect, I'm going to show you. And this ain't like, look at that. I'm going to burn some, but not right now. Just wanted to share this with you guys. If you ever find yourself in Miami, in the South Beach area, it's a wonderful establishment called Under the Mango Tree. And yes, there's a fucking mango tree growing inside. No surprise there, okay? But it is a wonderful place, a little spiritual oasis in the middle of South Beach. It's just gorgeous. In that sort of mystical sort of gorgeousness, if you understand what I'm saying. But besides that, they make really awesome smoothies, okay? Just saying. And I didn't even know that, right? I was just like, I want a smoothie. And I was like, I think I know where to go. I just walked past it a couple times. Didn't even look in. I just was like, I got a feeling. And that was right. All right. So tonight we're going to do things slightly different. Because when I was grabbing my cards, right, a funny thing happened. A different deck wanted to come out. And instead of putting it back, I just took it. So I'm going to use the Monera and the Tarot Sexual Magic decks along with the Bocelli deck. This was supposed to be a dirty double, but shit happens. And we about to find out why. And so this reading is going to be for those who need to hear it, for real, because all I asked was messages for those who need them. 3 times, 3 decks. So this is how we're doing. I'm going to put 6 cards down per deck. And we're going to go with this. I will say the energy was very different deck to deck as I was shuffling. The Monera was very heavy, and I don't know why. but it was, and it's still very heavy. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Now, before I even get into what's come down, I know you can see some of the cards. Now, I said I used 3 different decks, right? Now, I want you to know, in order, the cards fell 8, 7, 6. So there's a countdown of something. Interesting. Interesting. First and foremost, using the Bocelli deck, right? You guys have never seen me use this. This is one of my original decks. And for the longest time, it was quite personal to me. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's one of my older decks. One of my first decks. But it hit personally. So I took it out of circulation when I decided to do public readings. But I've already claimed another deck personally, so I guess now this is up for circulation. But there's definitely something that needs to be chatted about. Now, while I was away, I recorded some very small videos. Not tarot, but one of the ocean. Just a minute of it. The sound of the waves. I'm going to upload it for y'all. And then another one, 1 minute and 11 seconds, I recorded while visiting a beautiful museum that was once a home. And it is something spectacular. It's called Vizcaya. And if you're ever in that area, check it out. It's fucking spectacular. Here we go. Excuse me. First of all, we drew the 2 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. The illustrations in this deck are very different. Here in the 2 of Pentacles, you don't see your atypical juggling situation. You do see 3 people, or in this case, 3 fawns, meaning half man, half goat, or half boy, half goat. One is holding what looks to be, it could be a type of fishing rod, or a practice sword, is what it looks like to me. One is blowing a conch shell, like sounding a trumpet. And then the other is kind of sarcastically looking on like what will become of all of this. Excuse me. They're nestled between the 2 coins. Like, all of this is transpiring in the safety and security of a very nestled position. Practice. I get a sense of like barely holding up. It's just the way this one boy is really using all of this strength and might to hold this practice sword up. Like, it's taking every bit of energy and effort that they have to maintain this position. While one sounds the horn, like waiting for reinforcements or something like this. But there's an air of, it's not uncertainty, it's like skepticism. Instead of being double-minded, it's almost like being triple-minded. And next you have this Knight of Pentacles here. And it's like the way they're holding this coin, observing this situation, like, excuse me, like they could step in to alleviate some of this burden here, to stabilize things. But they're contemplating whether or not they should. Even though they hear the distress call. That's what this is. There's a distress call. But I think this contemplation here, this very methodical, should I, shouldn't I sort of energy with this Knight of Pentacles, is because underlying skepticism, underlying doubt. It's like this person here and this Knight of Pentacles be in their elevated position. They're on this white horse. You know, a white horse is very significant in a lot of ways. You know, in Revelations, the white horse is death. But in tarot, we know that death is more of a metaphorical thing. Even though there is very much a physical death that we all go through here on this plane, there are many spiritual deaths that people go through. And through this spiritual transformation and this death and rebirth cycle, you gain a level of insight and enlightenment and an elevated stance on things. And so you're able to see beyond what people are presenting to you. It's funny because in my head, I'm getting Allen Iverson. Practice. Practice. Fucking talking about practice. Practice, though? How can I make my teammate better at fucking practice? Like, I kid you not, I'm getting this whole dialogue of Allen Iverson talking to a press syndicate, for lack of a better term, hounding this man about why he's late to practice, why he doesn't show up to practice. He said because he don't need to fucking practice. They do. This is what this is here. This is the energy I'm getting off of this Two of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. The way this Knight of Pentacles is looking here at this Two of Pentacles, right? With this triple-mindedness, right? That's what I'm getting. It's like the lower self, not even triple-mindedness. It's like the lower self is still alive when a motherfucker should be dead. Right. And because this person here has gone through all of these spiritual transformations, they're hesitant to a degree at bringing in their stability, their pinnacle, you know? Because even though this person is very much grounded here between these, they are grounded and they are stable. This doubt, this skepticism, this lower energy is preventing this person from stepping in fully. Even the horse is like, you see this bullshit? Yeah, Clyde, I see this bullshit. But what they're eyeing is this lower self. The lower self that the stress calls trying to sound above. Interesting. Right? And what's... in this deck, right, in particular, the Eight of Wands really does display Cupid shooting arrows. So we have to look at this as Archangel Michael working very, very hard, putting all these wands in position, all these actions, all of these steps, all of these aren't blockages, these are fortifications. You gotta see how I'm seeing this. Fortifications within this person, within this potential collaboration, because we got Three Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles is here. But look, these are fortifications. Look, see how the arrows are coming down? It's like, that's paradise over there. Archangel Michael's working very hard to fortify this union inside of what is deemed paradise for them. Bliss. See that back there? Because next is the Six of Swords. That's a spiritual journey. That's calmer waters. That's all of the worries are behind you. See the swords there? All the quarreling is done. Moving on to better days. See the castle back there? Right. See that tree shooting out there? Fortification. To bring this collaboration. See again, another angel guiding the way. Pulling them strings, honestly. See the coins? This is the path. Then we have the Emperor. This, interesting. Thank you, Archangel Michael. That's all I can say about that. Collaboration brings this person or persons into the highest vibration possible, into Emperor energy. See how this, here, this Knight, it's the Young. In this deck, all the court cards are truly the same people at the various stage in the journey. So this is a very young version of the Emperor before they evolved within the context of this deck. Yeah. It's like what the Archangel Michael here is doing. You see the white box, the bricks, the isolation of all of this, putting it away. Like, no fly zone. Like, I'm looking at this royal blue on this sail, and I'm trying to think of all the meanings of this color. And what initially jumps out, right? I'm thinking about how in flags, when you see that color representing country flags, it's like loyalty. Um, I guess another term is fidelity. Mm. It's also a point of pride, that royal blue. Prestige. It's trying, the archangel's like trying to direct this in that manner. Prestige, fidelity, loyalty. Guiding this down this new path, this new expanse, on this new journey. And it is being guided, because look, again, see the coin, see the angel, see the boat, see the water, the river. Divinely guided. Very much so. Very much so. For this purpose, for divine elevation, for ascension, for this person or persons to step into this high vibrational energy. Emperor energy is no joke. It's no joke. It really isn't, especially when it's in the upright. You see, he holds the world in his hands, quite literally. See, the sword is in his hand, but it's down. He knows when to speak. See how the foot is bare, but the sword rests on it. Always at the ready. The guard is never down. Always acutely aware of the potential dangers. That's the emperor. The emperor knows his worth, without a shadow of a doubt. And if you look closely at the shirt, the tunic underneath, it almost looks like an inscribed Hebrew prayer. So his heart is focused on the Most High. The emperor, look at that red, he exudes passion. But you see the other side, but he is a peaceful person. He is a pure person. Interesting. But before this can happen, this skepticism, this doubt, this worry, this lower self really has to go. Interesting. It really has to go. For this collaboration to happen. Like, really happen. Because it is being divinely guided. Like, Archangel Michael governs twin flames. Period. He does other stuff too. But he definitely, like, that's one of his missions. It's a tough job. Thank you for doing it. Alright, moving on. The Monera. We have the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Three of Fire, or Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Judgment card. See why I said that shit was heavy? Like, shuffling them cards was like the weight of humanity. That's what that felt like. You have someone fiercely waiting for this coldness, this aridness to end, this holdout. You know what's funny? I never noticed the other part of this card, that this was part of her dress. I never looked like this was a dejected bride before. Wow. 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 Someone, oh, someone's feeling mighty, mighty lonely. Mighty, mighty fucking lonely. They're kind of wondering when their ship, like their love ship is coming in. Like, when's it gonna be me? Always a bridesmaid, never a bride type shit. Wow. When will it be my season? Like, they've been, whew. I don't want to call you thirsty. I kind of get the sense that your biological clock is driving you nuts right now. I'm definitely talking to a female. Definitely. Like, it's getting to the point for this person, like, they just like, I don't even want to put you out there like that, but you about ready to jump on the first available dick you see. Like, I wish upon a star, I wonder where you are. Damn. Mm. Hold on. Hold on. I get this. Yeah, okay. Alright. Hold on. You got a military person. That's what this is. You tired of waiting on them to come back. Wow. Okay. That yellow started jumping real, and then I started hearing the old military. She tied her a yellow ribbon. Anyway, uh, this is I feel like I had your energy before, like recently. You must be relatively new to the channel. Like, it's tough for you to wait for this person to come back. Like, she like, I need a dick payment, a dick deposit. Shit, you really are having a hard time waiting for your soldier boy to come back. It's hard to be pure. It's hard to be chaste, apparently, for you. I'm not judging. I'm not. This is just what I'm getting. You was a wild thing, I see. Okay. Like, it's hard to keep yourself out of reach, out of the touch of somebody. Like, oh, I kind of feel bad for you. You really are in need of some companionship. Maybe you should FaceTime. I know it's not the same, but maybe you gotta really press the idea of how strenuous this is for you to your partner, service person or not. Like, something has to be done. You're at your breaking point. Like, you are genuinely at your breaking point. You're about to call it quits. Like, wow. Or maybe this is reverse. And whoever needed to hear this, like, I don't know. Maybe your partner watches these videos online trying to figure out what you up to back home. But this chick is about to lose her fucking cool. I think I'm talking to her dude who's, yeah. This has to be for you. This has to be for you. So your chick is having a tough fucking time keeping her legs closed right now. She needs a dick deposit. I don't think you estimated how important sex was. Just trying to tell you. That's what I'm seeing right here. She real close to breaking up with you because she not one of them people who want to cheat, but she got needs, and she's praying for strength right now. Like, she's genuinely praying for strength right now. She's doing the best that she can, but she is not anything but human. And she's definitely needing something to change. Like, ASAP. These butterflies are sticking out. She's really needing something to change in this dynamic if you want this dynamic to continue. Because this chick need relief. Like, and her taking care of herself is not good enough right now. I feel bad. I know this sensation. That's why I feel bad. That's why I'm not judging. I'm like, oh, yeah, when you need to feel skin. So you might want to phone home, take leave, do something, my man. Okay. I'm sorry. That was, like I said, that shit was heavy. Them cards was like, you're not gonna see it coming. She gonna tell you she love you, but she need to be single so she can go find somebody who can fuck with her on a regular basis. But I think you already know this. You're sensing this. That's why you're watching these videos. It's okay. You going home. Ha! Yeah, you going home. Good boy. You must really care about this one. Good boy. I had to peek. Because I'm like, shit. I'm looking at this 7 of water in this deck, and I'm like, shit, bro, your relationship in danger. Mayday, 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 because she about to make a fucking decision. You might want to pick up the phone. Tell her you're coming home. Sorry. All right, moving on. Sheesh. The energy for the tarot sexual magic was much lighter when I was shuffling, so I was grateful for that. Let's see. Alright. So we have the Stars, the Wheel, the Knave of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So different decks, but I got repeating cards. Interesting. Oh, excuse me. So Major Arcana means shit popping now. Like, this is like breaking news. So, I'm looking at this star and I'm like, the way she's carefully pouring this oil, like this elixir or whatever it is, ever so carefully onto this person. Like, not too much. Like, very measured. Huh. Huh. Something about repeating. The level of this measuredness is because this person is like watching for repeating patterns and cycles. Like watching heavily. Knave of Swords, like on that ass watching. Any sign. Any sign. And this person's very gun shy. Excuse me. Like careful. Like, is there any trust in this relationship? Shit. Very careful. But this is like, it's like when someone finally gets the hang of gardening. It's like you've killed enough plants. It's funny, I had this kind of conversation earlier. It's funny, I can use this now. It's like if you killed enough plants, after a while you start to pay attention. You just like, all right, no, that's too much. No, that's too little. Okay, let me back off. You start to pay attention to the patterns of what it likes, or what those plants like, what they don't like, how much sun, how much shade. So you learn how to nurture and care for your garden so it can produce, it can grow, and it could pretty much sustain itself without too much maintenance. That's the goal. But at the same time, it's very easy to backtrack. It's like you can get overzealous. It's like all of a sudden you see your garden doing really fucking good and you're like, wow. And then you start adding on, you start doing too fucking much. You just do. All of a sudden all your progress is shit. You was using the proper amount of fertilizer and this and that. And then the next thing you know, you done burnt up your fucking garden because you wanted to add some extra fertilizer that day. No. No, no, no. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, sort of shit. So if you figure out the formula, you really do want to stick to this formula, this balanced approach. Here, I see love, I see nurturing, I see reflection. And that's working. But down here, there is what we call low-hanging fruit. Literally depicted here. And so what needs to be watched out for, and I think this what this careful measuring is here, like this heavily, it's not guarded, but again, they on the lookout. It's not even waiting for the shoe to drop, again, it really is just looking for patterns. Any sign or symptom of a backslide. Any attempt to pick this fucking low-hanging fruit. That's what it is. This low-hanging fruit down here is terrible. This person, or this, let's just use the energy of it. It's angry. It's hurt. It's bitter. It's low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit didn't see the light of the sun the way the rest of the fruit did. Didn't mature the same way. Didn't grow the same way. It's not really as tasty as this shit up top. So you want to avoid the low-hanging fruit bits. Any unnecessary, like, pop shots. I don't know, whatever that is to you. Bringing up hurtful things, old betrayals, whatever it is. Like, I forget who said this, but I heard it recently. The secret to a successful marriage is like, or relationship, period, is sometimes you gotta have amnesia. This low-hanging fruit are all the things you probably need to have amnesia about. And that way you won't have to be so on the lookout like this. Going slow is going to be very, very important. Like, really, take your time with this. Allow things to mature at the right, or ripen at the right pace. You don't have to force it. You know, I'm looking at this green lime here. You don't have to do it like an avocado if you want it sooner. Don't put it in a brown paper bag trying to escalate shit. Allow things to just be cool, run their course. You know, it's like, to me, when I see this Eight of Wands, this is about simple indulgences between two people. Things that could really elevate the connection. Seeing that ladder and as that wand is placed midway, you know, it's like things that will bring the connection to a more elevated position, enlighten. Allowing each other to see that you do enjoy the simple things and even the same things. You see how these two birds are drinking from the coconut? Hey, you like coconuts? Yeah, me too. You know, it's the discovery of things, or in some instances, rediscovery of things. You know, with the wheel here, the wheel here cycles. Things running their course, things beginning again, endings and new beginnings. So, you know, if you go slow, you might discover there's more in common than there is unalike. And you can maybe even drop your guard a little, just a little. You know, you see the sword still there, you know, but you don't have to wear so much to cover and hide who you truly are and what you really want. You know, if you see this person with that big ass hat on, carrying that sword with the snake on it, that bitch probably look real fucking intimidating, don't she? But if she took that shit off, you realize, oh shit, there's a hot motherfucker under there. But you're so defensive, it's like people don't get to see that, or even this person doesn't get to see that. But if if y'all just take y'all time and go slow, you won't have to be so uptight in the matter. Yeah. that careful measuring, boy. That shit funny. Just enough. It's like cooking. It's like the first time somebody ever like looked at a recipe for something. I kid you not. That's really what I feel like. Okay, I'm gonna add exactly 1/8 of salt, and I'm gonna put it in a sifter, and sift it out, and that way it's equally distributed. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. This is wild. This is like an OCD's version of what falling in love must feel like to them. Like if you were taking notes and trying to analyze a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little, like, at least they use Lou Bega. Mm. 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 Interesting. You need to go slow so you can, remain clear. Hmm. Even with the intimacy, there's a need to even go slow with that, not too much. No need to rush things. Enjoy things. I feel like that is more stressful to the feminine energy here. I'm not doing genders. I'm just saying feminine energy. I think that level of restraint is harder on the feminine energy. Huh. Yeah, it's the same person. See the sword here with the snake coil? Master of Disguise, this one. Who are you, the master of disguise? Are you not turtly enough for the turtle club? Turtle, turtle. Makes me think this person is more than a chameleon. This person is very good at hiding their feelings. I shouldn't have to. So to me, that's it can be a level of manipulation if they don't learn to express themselves and become more in touch with their feelings. Because what is the point of suppressing? You have to deal with them. Keep having that conversation with people about the beauty of your emotions. You can't dismiss anything. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with someone earlier. They told me they were in the process of adopting a child, and I was like, "Oh, congratulations!" And some of the things they said, I was kind of like, "I think you need to get some books on parenting, especially if you anticipate getting a newborn." And really, what made me say it, just so y'all get it, I said, "Well, do you have a nursery in mind?" They say, "Yes." There's a small second bedroom that has like a day bed in it already, and I figure all we have to do is add a crib. And I just kind of paused, and I said, okay. And I said, what about the rest of the stuff that babies need, type shit? He was like, oh, well, it's not that I have not thought about it, but, I figure cross that bridge when it's time. They said, luckily, when they had like the home inspection type shit, that wasn't a prerequisite. They just pretty much had to have a space in mind. I said, okay, because I'm not really familiar with the whole process. They go, plus I kind of like that space for what it is, talking about the second bedroom. You know, it's a nice space to nap in. And I go, well, isn't that what you got a bedroom for, or a sofa? You know, because it's like, you want to adopt a kid needs a room. I'm just talking about a nursery. You talking about, you still want to have a napping space. The fuck? So, that's when I politely said you might need a book or two. Because, you know, yeah. Then I looked at him, I said, you a good dude. Because I had surmised that by his lack of prep, and I know this person, not like long time, but long enough to know that when they're interested in something, they're very proactive. And so I surmise that his wife really wants a kid, so they decided to adopt. Here's a good dude going along with the process, but that's not how that works. Kids are a big fucking investment. And even though your wife may want a kid, you a parent too. Now, they travel and shit. And I went, well, y'all could be real modern and take the kid with you, you know. And then they brought up some other people they knew who did, and how, you know, adventurous they thought that was, because from the time their child was born, they were traveling the world. I'm like, why not? That's what vaccines are for. I've not been on a flight in the past 2 years that didn't have a newborn or a small child on it. Seriously. I don't see the problem with it. But they did tell me they thought the suggestion of the books was a good idea. And it was like, I'm going to tell you the point because I was talking about emotions. I have a point to this. He was like, I'll probably end up reading the books. My wife won't. And I go, well, I get that too. I said, women have a way of feeling their way through this process. You know, we rely more on instincts and communication. And then I suggested that maybe you should look into your baby can read type shit and teach the kid sign language. So at least you and the kid can communicate, since you're more of the verbal type of shit. And I get that because I'm verbal too. Like, I was excited when the kids started to talk. I was like, yes, we can communicate. The fuck do you want? Stop fucking guessing. By that point, I pretty much read my daughter mind. Freaks her out to this day. Anyway, how much in her head I can actually be at any given time. But anyway, that's a story for another time. Emotions. So it didn't even shock me that he said his wife wouldn't read a book. Nah, she don't need to. Why? Because she got a fucking biological clock driving this whole fucking process. So you come hardwired with some shit. Thousands upon thousands of years of you carrying generations of generations of generations of fucking eggs within you and all that knowledge that comes with you. Yeah, women pretty much can feel their way through it. Not all. There's some fucked up cases of motherhood out there, I will say. But more often than not, no. We call a grandma, auntie, a girlfriend. Worst case scenario, we go to the fucking emergency room. Yeah. But it's not like that. But the simple lack of prep, I was like, yep, you might need a book. But emotions are divinely given. You shouldn't spend your lifetime suppressing them, running from them. You should learn to deal with them, because they're never going to go away. They're there for a reason. Learn to walk yourself through them. Ask yourself questions. Why am I feeling this way? If you must be analytical about it. If you're new to feelings. What is this? What reason? You know, like, really. You can do the who, what, where, when, and why type of shit. Where did this come from? Who did I talk to? What could have sparked this emotional response? How can I get through this? Just saying, you can challenge yourself about what you're experiencing, but don't suppress it. And I'm saying all that because I feel like the person who's doling out and rationing out these emotions, trying to keep everything just so, trying to stay away from this low-hanging fruit, but ever vigilant, watching for some shit to pop, needs to just fucking relax, take their damn time, enjoy shit, and drop their fucking guard. And go through this fucking spiritual death and transformation that the universe keeps trying to put them through. I'm looking at this crow back here. And neutralize themselves. Become gray. Ground yourself. Neutralize yourself. So you can, again, ascend. I'm looking at this purple. So you can experience this tender love. Tulips are delicate. They're beautiful. They, even after they're cut, they continue to grow a little bit. The stems, under the right condition, will grow another 3 to 4 inches. Yeah. Interesting. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. They're greatly appreciated. And like I said, thank you for your patience as I've learning to balance, everything. But I'm going to get y'all some readings out tomorrow, actually. I'm going to do a couple more tonight. But I'm going to start turning them back out like I was. Pronto, pronto, pronto. All right, light and love. And if you want, you can follow me at BusyBee Digital on Instagram. Or you can email me at intuitivedownloads19@gmail.com for a personal reading. Bye.